Hi, today we're here with Lewis Stack from Fitter First, a great resource for functional exercise equipment. Lewis, I'd like you to tell us a little about Fitter First and a little bit of the history and what you guys are all about.
Well, it's been a long road, it's been a fun road. I started 27 years ago after having double foot knee surgery as a ski racer. And the first thing we came up with was our Pro Fitter. It's a downhill ski machine that goes lateral side to side.
Right.
Which was really the first functional training tool when Cybex and King Kong machines were just coming into the physical therapy and rehab market. I listened to chiropractors, physical therapists, and sports medicine specialists, and they wanted, good source of balance boards and tubing products and basically functional accessories that were just starting to become mainstream back then.
Right.
And they were available in gym places and here and there, but we really listened to the therapy market and went to them and did our best to respect their needs, supply the products they wanted, and now 27 years later, we have a very diverse group of products that are really a combination of a lot of years of knowledge and interest put together both in fitness, in prevention, and elite athlete performance.
Excellent. Actually, I'd like to take a little tour around the store, and I'd like to look at a few of these products and have you talk about them.
It'll be fun. Let's get started.
Excellent.
So this is the Pro Fitter. This is the first product we started with literally 27 years ago, designed in my basement after my knee and ankle problems. You can do all sorts of single leg work with it. It's a very versatile product. It's 6 different tension settings. We're going to get Sam to step on and give a bit of an example of someone who's not so familiar with it, how they address it. So just gently step up. I'll offer my wrist, but you won't need it. There's a lot of different tension settings. You saw me moving back and forth. It was pretty quick. I'll pop one cord off so it's more suitable for her body weight. All I'll ask you to do is keep great posture, head up, and gently shift from one foot to the other. I always tell people to think about dancing more than skiing, because skiing, they'll put their goggles on and do all sorts of funny things. Right out of the gate, when we look at posture, the shoulders, the pelvic girdle, positioning the feet and ankles, and looking how alignment is. Sam, you're looking like you're doing quite a stable job. Can you keep your head a little more central? How about if you touch your fingers on this balance with both hands? Just touch the fingers. There you go. This helps keep the upper body in a more neutral position. And we're going to try to get a movement just from the hip joint down. So now I'm going to actually get you to keep going, just gently. I'm just going to get you not to touch my hands. Now you're going to extend out of the hip. And what we can do fairly quickly is get her doing single leg work to focus on one side. If she's weak on one hip flexor or gluteus medius from a non-weight bearing injury, postural rotation, there's lots of different exercises she can do that would help address that. It's very versatile. There's over 20 different ways to use it. How does that feel?
It's getting better, getting easier.
Feel like you can take that away now?
Yeah.
Good. Nice form, not a lot of shoulder rotation. She's doing it very nicely. Generally, shoes are nicer to protect the feet because they are steel foot pads, and it's a little easier to have good foot positioning.
Thanks, that was fun.
So Lewis, a common question we'll get is why sit on the ball? What are the advantages, disadvantages of the ball that's fixed in place versus the ball that's movable, different heights, sizes?
Right. In a nutshell, sitting on a ball is an active surface. You can sit on it actively. Some people even do things like kneel on them at their desk, which I do a lot, just to mix up my seating. I'll sit like I'm on a horse, or sit traditionally. But the main point is I have to engage my core, my pelvic girdle is actually moving, and my spine is moving. The ball physically moves underneath me, which means my body is engaging and stabilizing, and I can stretch and do a lot of different movements. On a static one, the one you're on, you still have a soft dynamic surface, but because there's wheels under it, the ball itself doesn't physically roll like you see how I'm moving here. You can't do that. You can roll around, but it's less dynamic on a stabilized ball than a non-stabilized ball. That's sort of a pro and a con. Sometimes you stand up, they roll away, but there's always a way to manage a ball. Always has a heavy side, and you can make that stay where you want it to by just positioning the ball the right way to start with. They both work well, much more dynamic on a free-moving fitness ball.
Great, no, thanks. That's great information.
Good.
So Lewis, I can see quite a wide range of different foam rollers here. Can you tell us a bit what they're all about?
It's quite, it's funny, foam rollers are very popular. They originally started with white rollers. We went to blue right away. This is a soft, extruded foam. They break down quite quickly. They're very popular and easy to use. Then there's the EVA foam, which is much more durable, a little more expensive. These usually are made over in Asia. This one's made in the US. They are less flexible, much harder. And then we get into a maxi roller, which is extremely hard and very durable and also cleanable. For a clinic environment, it's quite nice, but for older people, it's very firm.
Okay.
You can do functional exercises too with a half roller. For example, you can stand right on that with one foot and do balancing work, so it becomes a proprioceptive tool. And because these ones are quite soft, you get some sinking into it, gives you a little bit of stability.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different toe heel movements. So you can use foam rollers standing or laying on your back, or doing myofascial release muscles. And often if you're doing a lot of myofascial release, it's the firmer travel roller type product that is most popular. Real relaxation rolling, but for functional movement, these half rollers work great.
Okay, great. Lots of different uses.
So Louis, I was wondering if you could talk a bit about the different types of tubing, the advantages, disadvantages, and the various things that you can do with it.
Sure. Our Physio Toners that we started making years ago, the soft foam handles, they don't hurt when you get hit by them, which is a very nice feature. Well, there's been a lot of situations historically where hard plastic handles, especially with practitioners using them all day, have got hit by them and get hurt. So the Lifeline, which is behind you, is a great line of products, but the inherent risk is you're attaching a hard plastic handle to the end, which can be very ballistic. Where it's led to now is the softer toners are a little safer, but really what's coming to be the mainstay is the cover tubing. This stuff is wonderful, it's long, they've got a big long cover on it, I can do all sorts of, I picked the heavy one, all sorts of different exercises with it, but the reality is it can't break, because if the tube breaks, the cover keeps you protected and doesn't go snapping and hit people. So the handles are a little bit ballistic, but not dangerous, and the cover makes it super durable and super safe, and I really think from a clinician or home use, this is where the future is going.
That's great information, and safety is definitely a concern.
Yeah.
We want patients to be able to exercise in a way that's safe and fun for them.
So Louis, besides the strength and flexibility training, one thing I really try and emphasize with my patients is balance, proprioceptive work. And I'm recommending wobble boards and all sorts of devices, but obviously you have quite an arrangement here of different products.
Yeah.
And we're not just talking about one particular thing. I mean, why do we have all these different things here? What's the purpose of this?
Different levels of clients, as you well know, different
Right.
levels of needs. We always say that wobble boards are toothbrushes for your balance. The question is, do you brush your teeth because you have cavities or so you don't get cavities? So we're on rehab or prevention.
Right.
And ultimately it's the same tool for both. But we go from single plane rocker boards, which is up on the wall here, they're very low level, to an intermediate level wobble board that moves all directions, but this is a wooden surface pivoting on a base that is adjustable. And then we have the advanced boards, which are smaller and even steeper. They tend to be used more on one leg.
Right.
On these kind of boards, you tend to do a pattern of right, left, front, back, and then circular motion.
Okay.
So you're training the whole body to work through all the functional patterns of movement in
Yes.
all quadrants. Our new soft boards are very interesting. You're going to demo these by stepping on the first one here,
Okay.
the blue one.
Yep.
Very stable for a low level, a geriatric, a senior, someone who's not confident.
Someone like
with
myself then, right? Yeah.
Well, you got the rest of it. Only the hair up. But see how it's pretty stable but still dynamic?
Yes,
Step
yes.
to the next one, it's a rocker
Right.
board.
Whoa.
A little harder,
Yeah.
but not threatening.
No,
and,
no.
And the last one is like floating on a board in the water. It's not threatening, but it is challenging.
Threatening, not threatening.
No, not threatening,
Okay.
but challenging.
Whoa. Okay. Yeah.
So-
this is definitely more difficult.
It's a very different sensation than a traditional balance board, and these are really quite a new area. They're an extension of what used to be called these little foam pads that weren't very dynamic but had
Right.
a good sensation. This is a mixture of the two,
So this is kind of like surfing too. I mean,
it is a lot like surfing.
Yeah, it's great.
Paddleboarders love it.
Wow.
But so the mix is depending on each person's capacity and individual ability dictates what's right for them, and that's why there's so many types of balance boards.
Excellent. Well, I appreciate it. I think that answers a few questions. So there's a number of products they can actually get into, and they can ramp them up. They can start out at a beginner one and then move on to the
Yeah.
next and the next.
That's why most of them are adjustable, and we do really try to understand the ability of the client if they come to our store, or
Yes.
we educate our resellers, the ability of the client and their specific need with their long-term goals. Because
Excellent.
you have to look at where they're coming from and where they're trying to get back to.
Right, right.
An older person needs a stable board, but a young person with a serious injury, they may start on a middle board, but they'll want to take it up at a very high level again.
Okay, excellent, excellent. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Okay, Lewis, so we've seen these TRX devices before, and they're in a lot of gyms. But can you tell us a bit about them?
Well, the bodyweight gyms are quite interesting. They're very adjustable. That's the first thing. You can change the length on them quickly and easily. So you can do lots of different exercises. You're set up to do a bench press style position. So why don't you set up and start doing some bench presses just to get an idea. This is a jungle gym made by Lifeline. It's a double split at the top, so you can anchor it different ways.
Okay.
And I'm going to do some pull-ups. So you're doing
Sure.
push down. So you just lean forward. And to make it harder, you'll simply put the feet further back. And so you're stabilizing the shoulder. You're having to use your whole core to stabilize. And let's see you do a few push-ups. And I'll do the same thing from this position, doing pull-ups. So again, I'm working my whole body. I can change the length and the angle to make it harder or easier. And there's all sorts of cross-chopping type core activities people will do with them where they'll work the whole body in rotation. So the idea really is they're portable, they're small, endless. You can put your feet in them. That's what this is a foot loop. As you can see, this one's a foot loop as well. And they anchor on a door or over a bleacher somewhere or a goalpost or a basketball hoop. And there's so many types of engagement core exercises where you just get the whole body working to the level that you're comfortable. Like it doesn't have to be really hard. It's just very engaging. And that's, I think, the main thing about them. And of course, they roll up small into a bag, easy to carry.
So easy to use for a wide variety of people and skill levels and strengths.
Yeah, endless possibilities for sure.
Great.
Because they're a toy. They're a balancing, you get 2 trees. You're very good at it, and watching you play with it earlier. We got one brought to the cabin, and I couldn't believe every age group played with them. We had kids that were little on them, we had seniors, we had the teenagers went nuts. But it was so fun all through the day. Different groups would come and play, they'll sit on them, put their hands on them, pull themselves up. You keep them quite close to the ground. You don't always have to have this frame, this is just a display of inside. But slackline just takes 2 solid trees and 2 minutes to assemble. So if fitness is fun, slacklines are fitness because they're a ton of fun.
It's working the core, definitely. The tighter
You're
you
good.
do it,
This is excellent,
the
yeah.
more you can stay on.
Now I can make it harder on her. That's pretty
Ready?
good.
Go, go, go.
It's been a lot of fun, Lucas. I really appreciate you showing us around. I mean, this is great equipment. We had a lot of fun too. I mean, even if we're falling off these things, it's great.
You guys all did a great job. Very impressed. Obviously, good leaders for your clients. Thank you. We
No,
had fun
thank
having
you.
you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll look forward to seeing some of your clients here periodically.
Excellent.
And help them be better athletes
Definitely.
too.
Great resource. If you can, please go online to fitter1.com. You'll find a great resource for functional exercise equipment, and definitely, check them out.
Keep in touch with your practitioner to stay healthy too.
Absolutely. Heads up posture. Head crashing posture.
Oh, that's great. That's excellent.
Whoa.
We know when people are going to get in trouble. You're okay. Nice job. Good
That's
job.
good.
That's great. No, there's the more dangerous style of approach. Good job, bro. Oh, nice.